TGIF, everybody. Welcome to Durfee High School as the Somerset-Berkley Blue Raiders come in to square off against the Hilltoppers in non-league play here for girls soccer. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Nice to have a day game. We've had so many evening games so far this fall. A 3:30 start, a little irregular, but nice to have some daylight to play under. The Durfee Lady Hilltoppers, last time we saw them, came off an impressive league victory against their arch rivals, the Lady Whalers from New Bedford. They look to capitalize on that as they're coming off a recent loss against Dartmouth. Not a blowout, just a tough loss against a conference opponent. This afternoon, though, non-league play as the Somerset-Berkley Blue Raiders are here. The battle of the Taunton River continues here on Elsbury Street. These two teams are rivals, neighboring communities, and it's always a great matchup. Watch for Julia Hargraves this afternoon. She led the way on our last coverage with 4 goals against New Bedford, a very impressive showing. We'll see what she has today against the Blue Raiders. All the action coming up next live on Fred TV Sports. Stick around. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Mac Aldridge Field. Made our way down into the booth as we're just about ready to get this one underway here at Durfee High School. You see the Blue Raiders come in at 2-2-1 through 5 games. The Hilltoppers have 1 extra game under their belt, and it was a win, 3-2-1, the Hilltoppers' record. 40 minutes on the clock here at Durfee High School. A little bit of a later start. It appears that we were waiting on an official, and now both of them are here now, but a couple minutes after 3:30. As I mentioned in the open, nice to have a day game. We have not had a day game in quite some time here at Durfee. It's been all evening games that we've covered so far for the most part. So nice to have some daylight. Nice to have the sunshine and the rain gone here. We're playing it safe, filming from in the booth just in case any showers come by throughout this afternoon, but looks like we might actually be in the clear, and it'll be good for football as well. Kind of a double hit this afternoon. We're covering soccer here, but the Hilltoppers football team and Blue Raiders football team, they're going to be squaring off at Somerset at 7 this evening. So, after you're done watching this one, if you want to get out of the house this evening, head over to Somerset and see Durfee versus Somerset-Berkley. Should be a good game. Shot taken, bouncer, and a collision down low. Ball goes out of play. We'll take this opportunity to run down the starters. We'll start with Somerset-Berkley. On the throw, and it goes out. In goal for the Blue Raiders is Catherine Hinviz, a senior. And then the rest of her teammates are as follows. Sophomore number 3, Audrey Sperling. Junior number 4, Jocelyn Wilson. Senior number 9, Abigail Shea. Junior number 10, Alexandra Cook. Senior number 11, Alyssa Cheatham. Sophomore number 12, Kaylee Emerson. Senior number 16, Mackenzie Shea. Sophomore number 17, Sadie Aruda. Junior number 18, Gabriela Fernandez. Senior number 19, Ashlyn Aguiar. And the head coach of Somerset-Berkley is Casey Geronimo. For the Hilltoppers, in goal is the sophomore keeper for Durfee, starting number 25, Abigail Carrero, and her fellow teammates. The rest of the starting 11 for Durfee are as follows. Junior number 2, Destiny Alua Rio. Freshman number 3, Caitlin Kudo. Senior number 5, Abigail Long. Sophomore number 9, Julia Raposa. Sophomore number 10, Emma McDonald. Junior captain number 11, Amelia Dias. Junior captain number 13, Zoe Sylvester. As down in the corner it goes and out of play. Continuing sophomore number 14, Julia Hargraves. Sophomore number 20, Annika Nunes. Junior number 23, Julia Matos. That rounds it out. Of course, the Hilltoppers led by head coach Ami Roach. Hilltoppers looking at a corner kick on the far side. An opportunity here early to put one down in the box. That one comes out, now heading towards Matos. Takes a shot, sends it through the uprights, or just left of. No good. Well, there's a collision, but no foul, and you know why? All ball that time. You could even hear it as well. Both feet hitting the ball. That is not a foul. It's a good non-call there from the officials. Out of play down the far end here. Now going to be thrown in by Matos. Durfee in their home black jerseys. Somerset-Berkley in their road whites. Kept in and now sent out of play. It bounced back. Went out off of Long. And the throw in from Shea. Comes right back to her. Now she'll try to clear the space. I had a chance to catch up with both head coaches before the game. That one played off the head, off the forehead, really. Goes straight up. You know, for the Hilltoppers, I mentioned in the open, the last time we were here, they had a big win, a blowout victory against the Whalers. And then they ended up losing against Dartmouth, their next conference game. That was on Tuesday this week. And it was here. And it was a tough loss for the Hilltoppers. 2 goals ended up going in, with a little bit of help, I guess you could say. According to Coach, it was, we scored against ourselves twice. And, those things happen. Header in front, going up the ladder was Hinviz, but it comes out. And we stay scoreless. Those happen. Sometimes you get those self-goals. It's part of the game. It's just like an error in baseball. It's like a turnover in football. It happens. And that's something, Coach said, other than that, really, this is Coach Roach, of course, said other than that, it was a very well-played game. And honestly, it would have been a 1-goal loss for Durfee. So, those things happen, and this is a time to bounce back. This is non-conference play for both of these teams. So, it's one of those where a little less pressure. Just kind of go out there, play, and do your thing. And, try to come out, of course, with a win, get back to the winning ways. The Hilltoppers are above 500 with 3 wins. Another corner kick for Durfee towards the box and kicked out, or towards the edge of the box, and now headed back. And it will be a goal kick for the Blue Raiders. On the other side for Coach Geronimo's Blue Raiders, she said, we're really relying on Hinviz, the senior keeper. She said she's been, a little bit of a surprise, I guess, in how steady she's been. Not to say that Coach didn't have confidence in her, but Coach is pleasantly surprised and very happy with how consistent Hinviz has been to start the year. And, she said she's really been the core of the team. So the team is feeding off of her success down low and in keeping the opposing players from scoring. One of the things she said early in the year, she says, chemistry was lacking a bit, but with each game, the Blue Raiders are getting better as a team. They're communicating better, and that's important. You have to be able to communicate, kind of know where each other is at out on the field. A chance here, cut off. The defense lost the ball. Now the Hilltoppers will collect themselves, but a great opportunity there for the sophomore, Kaylee Emerson. Almost had herself a break, and she got past the defense momentarily. Play kind of stalled there on that far side. A couple times the ball going out of play. Now the throw in for the Blue Raiders. All in all, though, these two teams, or these two schools, really, I should say, it's not just limited to girls soccer. There's a heavy rivalry here, despite different divisions, different conferences. I mean, you can't help it when you're neighboring communities. It's just how it goes. So it's always fun when Somerset and Durfee square off. Just like when, you see Diamond and Conley or Diamond and Durfee. And even sometimes Durfee and Conley, although usually not as frequent. But, the real winners, honestly, are, the fans. You get to see two local teams squaring off against each other. So, we always enjoy covering those as well because they're good, entertaining games. That one sails wide to the right. Shot taken, and on one hop, Hinvez makes the play. And she'll punch it away. Low line drive, can play off the head right at the 40, shy of midfield, but now Wilson will try to get by on the side. Trying to turn it around, slows up, now kicks it back to her teammate Aguiar. Centering pass across the box, hooking back out towards the midfielders. And falling on it is Carrero for the save, rather routinely. That'll go out of play. And a throw in here as our trainer, Kelly Mahoney, weaving her way through on the cart. Thought Kelly was going to play for a minute. Headed out of play, and athletic director Buston on ball retrieval as well this afternoon. Doing it all. Foot race to the ball, Emma McDonald, and she does not get there in time. Comes right back, shot taken, and it's going to be good. It's going to count. Hinves got out of position. And on the kickback, the Hilltoppers take advantage. 1-0 Durfee here, 14 minutes in. So Durfee with the early lead here. Wilson centering, cutting it across, and Hilltoppers will clear it out of the box. Pass up ahead to Dias, trying to get through. She does. And she's got help down the field. This one of the things we saw from this team against New Bedford. Durfee is considerably faster this year. The speed really played an integral part in their dominance against the Whalers. I think that's one of those situations where, obviously you want to be able to beat your opponent down the field. And if you can, that's where you can create opportunities. And that's exactly what was happening against the Whalers in that blowout victory a couple weeks ago. Well, early last week, I should say. Done so many games, it feels like it's been a month, but we're only in week 2 here. Shot taken, and it's good. The equalizer from Abigail Shea. That was a beautiful setup off the goal line, back out, and by the time Carrero dove to her left, just barely out of reach. And the goal good there in the corner pocket. 1-1 as the Blue Raiders answer just 2 minutes after Durfee gets on the board. Our friends over at DCTV had coverage of the boys soccer game on Tuesday out in Dartmouth between the Hilltoppers and the Indians. I had the call for that one. That one's now on demand. We posted it to our page, to the Fred TV Sports page here earlier today. So we thank DCTV, of course, for always sharing their content with us, as well as New Bedford Cable, Brockton Cable. We all share content, and gives the viewers an opportunity to see some of the road games as well. So if you missed that one, nice road win for the Hilltoppers. The boys coming out on top 3-2 with a late goal from Hargraves, who was involved. Colin, of course, is Julia's brother. Julia was heading down the field there before it got broken up. But Colin was involved in all 3 goals for the Hilltoppers, and really a very entertaining game on Tuesday from Memorial Field out in Dartmouth. Highly recommend. Take a look at that one when you have a chance to. It is posted to our Facebook page, and it is archived on our YouTube channel at Fred TV Sports. So please like and follow us and subscribe. Shot taken, and on one hop, it'll be played by Hinves. Dias working the circle there at midfield, passing up ahead to Hargraves. Somerset has dropped back now with basically 4 defenders, almost building kind of a line of defense down the back. Actually now with 5. Some of the midfielders have dropped back to protect and help protect. Out of play, it'll go off the head of Kudo. And we'll have ourselves a throw in here for the Blue Raiders. down the field. Hilltoppers will clear it out. The defenders, Durfee playing with 3 back, but a couple of the midfielders will drop as well to help out the defenders. So well patrolled on both ends. That goes out of play. Playing the line, sending it down is Alexandra Cook. It'll go all the way down to the corner and out of play on the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for the Hilltoppers. Kicked back to Shea. Kind of pops it up. Dias plays it on a hook. Nice job sending it in the air. Big swing there of the leg to get it back to midfield. Now Somerset pushing it back down the field. Kaylee Emerson loses it, cleared away by the Hilltoppers momentarily, at least out of the box. Working back to midfield, McDonald with it, has help right and left, dumps it off to Hargraves. Now it's a foot race, and Hargraves gets cut off as the ball redirected. A little bit of spin on it, comes to the inside, and Hargraves could not get by the defender of Somerset as we roll up on the halfway mark here in this first half. 20 minutes gone here at Durfee, a 1-1 tie. Dias in traffic, gonna kick it back. Matos looking for some space. Couldn't find it. That one sent towards the visiting sideline, or the far sidelines, I should say, near the visitors' bench. It goes out of play, and Somerset will have the throw in as everybody moves upfield. Pass down towards the corner. Hinvis coming out will make the play without issue. Crossing there, and the Hilltoppers almost made an error. Taking a little too much time there to kind of reset the ball and go after it. Somerset-Berkley was not slowing up. Cleared away by Kudo. And Hinvis will make another scoop as she comes out of the box and will punch it away. That was one of her best so far in the game. Got some good hang time on it. Back to Hargraves, and she will not get by, or will she? Pulls up. And it went out of play on the goal line, the signal from the official. So a corner kick on the left side. Towards the net it goes, and the grab in the air by Hinves. Coming near side now, crossing midfield. Good kick there. Get it well down the field. Wilson. A little bit of a bump. Hargraves waiting for it on the sideline. Passing across to Dias. Creating some space. Hilltoppers not forging ahead. Now Matos taking the shot. Tracking. Oh, it's good. Thought Hinvis was going to have it. But it was overreached. Maybe mistimed the jump a little bit too. out of her reach. Nice job by the Lady Hilltoppers to create some space there. Selfless soccer as Hargraves, instead of trying to turn into defense, passed it off to Dias, who then passed it off to Matos, who had that space. They created space by moving the ball, passing to feet, and she took the shot, and it just sailed. 2-1 Durfee. Throw in for the Hilltoppers. Going to Hargraves. Off the foot. Back to Dias. Matos to her right. All the way to the near side. Kicks out of play. As Shea could not turn it around as it weakly goes out. Hargraves in traffic, weaving her way. Looking for Dias, finds her. Dias going to take the shot. This is going to be a tough play as well. Dias with the goal. Almost a carbon copy. And it's 3-1 Hilltoppers. Once again, creating space, taking shots. I mean, really, that was almost like an instant replay of two minutes ago. Those are two big goals here late in the first half. You know, one to break the tie, of course, but to pad your lead just 2 minutes later, that's a big deal. Down the field, Cook breaks it up. Hilltoppers trying to keep it in. They do not, but it's kicked off of one of the Blue Raiders, so Durfee will have the throw in. Still working that far sideline, the Hilltoppers and Blue Raiders. A little bit of a breakup now. Out of play it goes on the goal line. It should be a goal kick for Somerset. It is. Line drive kick from the ground. Down into the corner. And another goal kick for Somerset. Out of play. It goes. No, kept in. Must have gone straight up. You know, the depth perception here sometimes a little bit difficult to see. Straight up and down it went, and then kept in by Durfee. Now at midfield it goes out, and the Blue Raiders will throw in. I thought for sure that was going out way down the field, which would have given Somerset a nice opportunity to throw in towards the box. Centering pass, but not back enough. Hargraves was there, but it was a little too towards the net for her to even be able to make a play on that. So Hinviz sends it away. Down into the corner. And out of play it goes. Hargraves keeps it in play. Checks up. Gets by one defender. Great pass to Dias. Dias with pressure from behind. And high bounce. Hargraves was soaring in, but the grab made by Hinviz. And believe it or not, here we are. Less than 10 minutes to play, 9 minutes to play. That's the first whistle of this half. No fouls, no miscues until that point. I was actually going to make a statement about that. I said, I don't want to jinx it. And then 2 minutes later, just thinking about it obviously jinxed it. Because now 2 minutes later, they had their whistle. But a pretty clean, not over-aggressive, pretty clean first half here by both sides. Not a lot of, you know, physicality or overly physical moments. Pushed up ahead, a chance here for the Blue Raiders. Shot taken, and it's in the side of the net as Emerson tried to hook it around the defender and was able to get the shot off. McDonald gets the pass. Kudo working this side now with Dias. Chance in front, and it's going to be cleared out by Sperling. Otherwise, it would have been a pretty clear shot there for McDonald. Corner kick coming for Durfee.
What was the score? 24-14. Oh, good game. Football. For some plays freshman football. Yeah, that's him up there. Look at him. That's him walking up.
Corner kick in the air. Hinviz can't make the play, but it's cleared out. Now a second shot and a whistle comes in.
Good cross, Gooch.
Tremendous block there by the Blue Raiders as Hinviz did not have it. Had to rely on her backup defender there. Otherwise, the Hilltoppers would have a 3-goal lead at this point. Hinviz comes out, makes the play.
He's got 2 games this weekend, which is rare. He's playing Saturday in Marlboro and Sunday morning in Memphis.
So after nothing all game in the last 2 minutes, we've seen 3 fouls, 3 whistles called. Free kick heading towards the goal and right into the arms of Carrero. Chance up front. McDonald, will she get the shot off? Oh, picked right off the ground by Hinviz. 2 bodies coming at her. That's a very tough play to make. Hinviz going right in. Nice end around from Kudo. Takes a shot, forces the save. That's a tough shot too. Kudo with pressure on her. Cook was leaning on her. She was still able to get the shot, and the save by Hinviz goes out of play, and the Hilltoppers will have the corner.
When does the puppy come?
Driving here from Ohio.
That's where he was born. We drove him here from
Well, the corner kick for the Hilltoppers is on its way. Low line drive actually towards the back of the box. Hargraves turns it, takes the shot. Hinviz with a heck of a save as she falls on it. As Hargraves did almost a 180 right there to hook that around. Kind of a blind shot, and she still put it on net. Now a break for the Blue Raiders, or momentarily at least, as Lillian Gentile was there. Out of play it goes as we roll up on 2 minutes here. Final 2 minutes of the half. McDonald has it cleared away by Sperling, taken away. Kudo passing up ahead, going to the far side to Alua Rio. Loses it momentarily. Gets back to it. Now centering pass in front to McDonald. Takes the shot, and it's good! How about that? Oh, I'm not sure it's going to count. Hearing some boos from the crowd. No goal. They take it away. Unacceptable. Oh, that's a shame because that was set up. Do you realize how difficult of a shot to center that for Destiny, how difficult that was on the far side? To be able to do that with the pressure that she had down in the corner, to even get the ball out of the corner, much less find a teammate down low. Great effort there. Unfortunately for the Hilltoppers, it will not count, but they will have a 2-goal lead at least we're expecting here. We're just about done with the half here as the clock runs out here for the first half, according to our scoreboard. So any extra playing time here will be just a few seconds. We really didn't have any stoppage time. So again, we're in some stoppage time here. The 40-minute clock has expired. Here in the first, whistle sounds a collision between Hargraves and I believe that was Mackenzie Shea. Nope, excuse me, that was Cook. Far side, and the double whistle indicating that we are done with one here at Mac Aldridge Field. And here at the half, it is 3-1 Durfee over Somerset-Berkley. Strong first half, little slow to start. Then you saw 2 goals back-to-back as the Hilltoppers broke out to open the scoring, and then just about 2 minutes later, Somerset was able to answer, and we stayed that way 1-1 until about 15 minutes left in the half when Durfee netted back-to-back goals again. Could be very easily 4-1, but the Hilltoppers had one taken away. We are in the halftime break. The second half coming up in about 5-10 minutes time, usually about a 10-minute halftime here, but we're already into it a little bit. So stay with us. We will have the second half for you next on Fred TV. Strike 3 called. Base hit and your game winner. Shot. Good. Hall with room. Hall taking it to the house.
welcome to William S. Green Elementary School. My name is Dr. Liz Dunn. I'm the new principal here. First of all, we have new school hours this year. We'll be back in school from 8:50 a.m. till 3:22 p.m. for grades K through 5. Pre-K, the full day program will be from 9 to 2:15. The morning pre-K program will be from 9 to 11:30, and the afternoon pre-K program will be from 11:30 to 2:15. We're going to start with the main office, which is right to my right. That's the heartbeat of the school. So here we have the main office. This is where our clerk and our paraprofessional are located. If you need logos, for example, you would come right to the vestibule right out in front, and it's 50 cents per logo. So when parents come in and enter our school, you'll come into this vestibule right here, and you'll come right over to this window, and the clerk, Mrs. Atana, will greet you, and that's where you purchase logos or ask for information. This is our main entrance at Green Elementary School. This is where all of our pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade students will enter and exit the building every day. We're going to walk now to the kindergarten and pre-K wing so I can show you around. I'm going to put my mask on because we're going to be walking around the building. So this is our kindergarten and pre-K wing. All of our kindergarten and pre-K classrooms are located in this hallway specifically. I'm going to walk you down to the small playground, entrance and exit, which is where the second grade will enter and exit for school year. So this is the entrance and exit to our small playground, which is where kindergarten and preschool play. But it is also the entrance and exit that grade 2 will use this year to come in and into and out of the building. And this is located on Lapham and Grinnell Street. We're going to head down to the first grade wing, but I'm going to point out a couple of other areas that you need to know about here at Green School. Over here to my left is the nurse's office. Nurse Renee Costa has all of our students, takes good care of all of our students right here at the nurse's office. So this is right near the main entrance. We're going to continue down. This is the first grade hallway. So we have first grade classrooms as well as 2 third grade classrooms located on this floor. So this is the main floor from Lapham and Cambridge Street. So it's actually the second floor of the building. We're going to go down to the first level. So we're located now on the first floor. This is our cafeteria, where all students will have their lunch daily. We also will have morning daycare located here from 7:30 a.m. until 8:50 a.m. And then right over to my left is the gym, where students will have their PE classes, and we will use this for sibling dismissal at the end of the day. Welcome to our large playground. This is where students will enjoy recess daily. Right over here, students will dismiss from door number 1 if they're in grade 5, door number 3 behind me from grade 4, and door number 4 for grade 3. Also, all the way over at door number 5, that is where you will pick up your siblings. If you have students that are in grades K, 1, and 2 that have an older sibling in grades 3, 4, and 5, we will make sure that your students will be at door number 5, and you can pick up students in the same area to make it a little bit easier for dismissal for you. This is our Jackson Street entrance and exit. This is where grades 4 and 5 will enter in the morning, and where all of our buses will enter and exit daily. Hi, I'm Dr. Liz Dunn. I'm the new principal here at Green Elementary School.
Hi, I'm Victor Pereira. I'm the new vice principal here at the Green. We're going to give you 2 claps. 1, 2.
We
can't wait to see you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mac Aldridge Field as we get ready for the second half here at Durfee High School. a 3-1 Hilltoppers lead. Evan Massoud with you here for the call this afternoon on this Friday, September the 24th. It's really turned into a great afternoon for sports here. It didn't look like it would be, but it's drying out. The cool front has come through and the humidity's dropping. You definitely can feel it.
Yeah,
75 degrees right now at game time. I should say at second half. Game's already started. Hello. Second half here, 75 in the sun. Nice breeze, again, cooling off. And it looks like we should have a pretty good weekend as well. And we are underway, second half. Hilltoppers started to kind of heat up later in that first half. They scored those back-to-back goals, but they had a few more chances as well. Really made Hinvis work as we've switched sides here, by the way, of course. So Durfee now going to be trying to push down the field towards the old school, and Somerset will be trying to score northward towards the new building right here down the left side. But I really thought that, once the Hilltoppers got their lead back and then, minute later they get, or 2 minutes later, they grab that third goal to give themselves a cushion. They really started to play with a bit more confidence, creating some space. They're seeing what was working for them. And might I just say that the second and third goals for Durfee were just absolutely beautiful, the way they were set up. The tandem from Hargraves to Dias to Matos, and then Dias getting the pass for the second one, or the third goal, essentially, of the game, but that second of the back-to-back. She ended up, it was almost a carbon copy, the way that she got the pass again from Hargraves, but that time she took the shot. So very impressive the way that the Hilltoppers were able to score those goals. Both of them really just kind of floating shots that sailed for a good 20 yards and were able to go over Hinves. So they had the height on them, and they were able to kind of die in the air and just fall where they needed to, just below the crossbar. Just like that free kick as well. Kind of a just soft line drive that's too high to make a play on, but had good accuracy on the net. And it worked out very well for Durfee, of course, as they were up by 2. Down the field coming out will be Carrero. Well defended. The Hilltoppers kind of closing the door there. The surging Somerset-Berkley forward. And again, if you're just joining us, it's kind of an earlier game. We really don't typically have 3:30 starts. If anything, they're usually a 4 o'clock start if it's not a conference game. But the conference games are usually under the lights at 6. So we've had some late games so far this year in the coverage that we've done. But today the 3:30, kind of a matinee start, if you will, right after school. So we'll be done early and gives fans a chance to get to Somerset for the football game this evening, as Durfee will be traveling across the bridge to Somerset-Berkley Regional for varsity football at 7 o'clock. And it looks like it'll shape up to be a great evening for football. The Hilltoppers 0-2. 2 very close games so far this year. We saw them for the first time last week against Taunton. They lost 26-20. Battled back to tie it, though, at 20 aside. They were down by 2 scores. And, I look back, as always, it's easier said than done. But, when you have, 1 or 2 plays that stick out that, have an impact on whether you score or not, it really did honestly come down to maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 plays that I look at that stood out. And the Hilltoppers, easily could have won that game last week. And then against Attleboro, too, they lost in week 1 on a field goal to end the game. It was 7-7. And Attleboro kicked and made the field goal as time expired, made it a 10-7 victory. So, look at those. Both of these games were one possession losses for Durfee. It makes me think a lot like last year. Reminds me of how the Hilltoppers, they started 0-2 last year, and both games were close, and they both ended up being one possession losses. So, I'm expecting actually big things tonight for Durfee, and we're going to get some highlights. We're not covering the game in its entirety on the road, but we're going to get some highlights, and you'll see them next week on our coverage. Next Tuesday, I believe. Next Tuesday we have boys soccer here. We do 6 o'clock game as the Brockton Boxers come to town to square off against the Durfee boys. And we'll have that one for you here next Tuesday night. That'll be our next full game coverage here on Fred TV. We have a busy week once again. This week was a little lighter. We were supposed to have, it's unfortunate, the way we have to set up here with the live stream, the laptop, the mixer, a lot of this is very sensitive equipment. The camera actually does, believe it or not, fairly well in the rain, but all of this other stuff, the wiring and whatnot, it just can't get wet. And, the way the press box is set up, there's only windows on this side facing the main stadium. It's not a double wide. There are no windows on the back. So when field hockey plays, we have to film and do everything from the roof. And when there's a chance of rain, like Wednesday, it was really nasty weather, even as school was getting out. So we had to make the call, unfortunately, not to cover it. And lo and behold, of course, at 5:30, it was gorgeous out. So unfortunately, it kind of bit us a little bit on Tuesdays. We did have plans, and we were planning to do that game. But collision there at midfield, drew the foul. We never like to miss a game that we had scheduled, but we're working with crew as well, and some of our students, for example, also they need to coordinate rides and stuff. So we just couldn't have kids hanging around either after hours, waiting, wondering if we were going to play. So we felt the responsible thing to do based on the weather at the time was to have to pull coverage. But don't worry, we'll make it up. Plenty of field hockey still on the season, and we are supposed to. Let's see. I don't think we're going to see field hockey next week. No. Our next field hockey coverage is scheduled for October 6th. Again, weather permitting, we're hoping. And that would be at 5:30. That would be against New Bedford. Girls volleyball is also happening at the same time. So that's one of those. If the weather is bad, then what we'll do is we'll head inside. So we kind of double booked just to cover ourselves. Unfortunately, girls volleyball on Wednesday this week was away, so we didn't have that option of kind of changing our plans and just going inside the field house. Needless to say, for next week, we have boys soccer Tuesday at 6 against Brockton. We have girls volleyball from the field house on Wednesday against Brockton. That is scheduled for 6. Sometimes it starts a little early depending on how JV goes, but we're going to try to stick with the 6 o'clock. At least that's what I was told by our athletic director, Brad Buston, because we were discussing that last week. So I believe we are going to wait till 6. Coach Bullier was on board with that as well. Obviously it helps if we're going live. We want everybody to know, stick to a time rather than joining us at 6 and, hey, the first set is half done. That doesn't work either. Thursday, the 30th, next Thursday, we're hoping to be at Diamond for boys soccer as the Blue Hills Warriors visit the Bengals. And then on Friday, we'll be back here for football as the Hilltoppers host Barnstable for Week 4 football. It'll be their second home game of the season. So once again, another busy week next week for sports. Corner kick for the Blue Raiders here as we're coming up on 10 minutes elapsed in this second half. That one hooking out of the box a bit, headed by Wilson. Still on the ground, now cleared out of the box by the Hilltoppers. McDonald quickly getting to the ball on the sideline. Sperling able to clear it out. Hilltoppers with a great chance, but I believe an offsides was called. Chasing it down as Raposa goes out of play. Out of bounds at the goal line, and the Hilltoppers will have a goal kick. And out of play, Raposa cannot get there in time. So Somerset will throw in. It'll be Fernandez. Kind of a start and stop right there. Finally does get it in. She gets it to Aguiar. Now Hargraves takes it away. Hilltoppers have numbers up ahead. They go to McDonald. Timing off just a hair, but McDonald with some speed will try to get around Cook. Cook takes her out, goes out of play. No foul, but it will be a corner kick for the Hilltoppers down on this near right side. Dias will kick it away from the corner. Everybody breaking to the net. Ball in front. Ooh, in the air, and it's going to go out of play. We'll do it again. Hargraves with the high leg kick. And it goes out, so Durfee once again with the corner. Dias will try to put it in the same spot. Almost worked for the Hilltoppers. Signals, everybody moving netward. Loose in front. Hinviz was screened. I thought I just heard a whistle, but no, we'll play on. Still loose in front. McDonald takes the shot, and it's blocked. And now out of the box it goes for the moment. Sent back in. Hinviz will scoop it up before it goes out of play. Couple chances there for Durfee. You know, I've said it a million times. You got to keep putting the ball on net. The more you do, the more chances you get to score. It's just basic science. It's probability. Out of play. McDonald lofting it into the circle. Dias going after it. Slows it up. Sending it down the field. Headed forward into the defense. Nobody home. Oh, right off the forehead as McDonald kind of ran into it that time. Now Aluario on this near side. Sending it towards the net. And it will be a goal kick as Fernandez did not get a foot on it. There was no deflection. Pass to Hargraves, had some help up ahead. Oh, that's a great pass to Aguiar. Aguiar running into the defense. Taken away, no fouls. Out of play it goes. Durfee ball, that's right. Foul as Cook kind of got bumped there twice, in fact, as Kudo and Dias. One from one side, one from the other. So free kick after the whistle. Sent back towards midfield. McDonald is there. Cleared for the moment by Sperling. Now Hargraves gets the pass back from Dias. That was a nice kind of kick back to her. Now Hinviz will come out and scoop it. She ranges to her right. Oh, great pass to Alua Rio. Has some room on this right side. Can she redirect? Takes the shot. Help coming on the near side. The header is not going to be good. Great attempt, though. Good setup for the Hilltoppers. Going to take another shot, and it's off the post. Second shot blocked on the ground and out of play. Wow. Hilltoppers will come out of it with no goal, but they'll have a corner kick on the far side. Kick on its way. That's a great ball. Went past the goalie. That's what you want, but nobody back there to kind of chip it in. Alua Rio fighting for it, goes out of play. That's a great corner, though, because Hinviz was playing forward, trying to cut off the corner of the goal, and the ball went sailing. So if someone was behind her in clear position to head it, the whole right side of the goal was completely unguarded. Hargraves cuts off Shea, takes it away. Some contact made. Hilltoppers will throw in on the far side. Hernandez, nice pass up ahead. Oh, nobody home for the Blue Raiders. Looked like Aguiar was gonna kind of dart forward into the box, but didn't react fast enough. Also had to, of course, wait so she wouldn't get called offside. She was right in line with the defense. Ruda looking for help. Dias going to cut it off. It was intended for Wilson, who was more towards the center of the field. Lofting pass to Alua Rio. Durfee keeps trying to create some space on this side, and Destiny's had some room. Now McDonald goes out of play. Corner kick for Durfee on the near side now. As we've passed the halfway mark here in the second half. 3-1 score. Hilltoppers lead by 2. No score here in this second half, however. All 4 goals coming in the first half between the two sides. Another strong kick. Header! And it's going to go out of play. That's exactly what I was talking about. The ball went past the goalie, and that time Durfee had somebody there, but a little too strong off the head as it goes out of play. Couldn't kind of deaden the ball into the turf. That's what you want to do. Hilltoppers will have a free kick. Whistle came on this side. I think it was an offside situation at Somerset, but kind of strange to have the whistle blown. At least it sounded like it came from this side, and the official here is about 30 yards away from the play. Unless the official blew the whistle on the far side, it just really sound really traveled. It's not usually the case, but sounded like it came from this side. Pass into the box. Alua Rio cuts it off. Chance to put the goal on net. Off the hands. It's going to roll into the net. McDonald fouled it, but she let it go. Alua Rio with Durfee's 4th goal. Just a beautiful pass. She stayed on side and then used her speed to get by the defender. And Hinvez did get a hand on it, just not strong enough. She was already leaning one way. It was a great effort, but the Hilltoppers net their 4th of the afternoon. Well, it's great to see, you know, Durfee bouncing back this year. They've had a couple seasons where they've really struggled to put the ball on net and get goals and stay competitive in games. Even, I mean, we're talking games that were 1-0, but it felt like it was 5-0 that they were down because just had trouble really putting the offense together. And, you know, in 2 games that we've covered this year so far, we've seen, you know, a lot of goals from Durfee. Hilltoppers have really impressed. At least in our coverage, they have. Great save there from Carrero. Ranging over to make the play. The Hilltoppers had those 8 goals against New Bedford, and now today 4 as we come up on the final 15 minutes. So 12 goals we've seen for Durfee in almost 2 games. Kudo going to the far side now. They went to Hargraves this time, but then defense was there. Oh, Lua Rio wide open. She had some time. It's funny, you hear the crowd. Did have a little bit of extra time on that occasion to try to settle it. Probably would have been able to get a little more of a solid shot off, but nonetheless, again, Durfee creating space, passing the ball well, left and right, side to side, really keeping Somerset-Berkley and the Blue Raiders on their toes. Shot is blocked. Hilltoppers will dump it out on the sideline. And it'll be a throw-in for the Blue Raiders. Ball still in the box. Hilltoppers having trouble clearing it out. Noon's kind of doing it herself there. Ball goes out on the goal line, and it'll be a corner kick as Jocelyn Wilson heads to the far side. Not wasting time, quickly sending it, and it was headed out of the box. Now Blue Raiders trying to turn it around. Fernandez was fighting there with Dias to get it free. Shot taken, and down to the turf is Carrero to make the play. Back down the field it goes. Back to midfield now. Shea, that's a great pass down to Aruda, and she loses it. It goes out of play. McDonald settles, kicks it to Hargrave. Hargraves pulls up, across the field, nice separation again. Dias runs into a wall. Cook stopped her dead in her tracks. Got ourselves a timeout on the field. So here in the timeout as we roll up on nearly the final 10 minutes here, just a little over that. Hilltoppers upcoming games next week. Or rather, I shouldn't say next week. They have another Saturday game playing tomorrow at noon right here against New Bedford Volk. And then they'll travel to Brockton on Tuesday. And then next Friday, October 1st, they will be at Apponequet. So after the home game tomorrow, which will wrap up 3 straight at home, they'll hit the road for 3, Brockton, Apponequet, and then the following week at New Bedford. Hilltoppers have broken the huddle. Blue Raiders still there. Now they break it up. And we're back at it. So the clock will resume. So just over 10 minutes left to play in this one. Hilltoppers. That's going to go out of play, and the Hilltoppers should have another corner kick. Kick on its way in the air. Hinviz makes a great grab. Had to go up the ladder for it. Good punt away down the field. Going to be a throw-in for the Blue Raiders on the far side. We're now under 10 minutes to play as the Hilltoppers looking to wrap up here. Victory number 4. High hop, and that's going to go in. Misplayed by Carrero. That's a tough one there. High bounce, then couldn't get the hands around the ball, and in attempting to do so, ended up batting it off the crossbar, and it deflected in. So tough break there for the Hilltoppers as Somerset gets their second goal. Good news for Durfee is they're up by 3, so they still have a 2-goal cushion with 8.5 to go. The Hilltoppers restart play here. That's going to take a high bounce. Throw in for Hargraves. Oh, excuse me. That was Saunders. Abby Saunders, number 16. And looks like she's going to do it again. As that one went out of play. Nice pass up ahead to Kudo. Kudo redirects, trying to get by Cook. And she cannot. Cook takes it away. Gets it to Aruda before it goes out, and the Hilltoppers will throw in. You kind of notice the pace here, like for throw-ins and stuff. When you're up by a couple goals late in the game, typically the resets tend to be a little more lethargic, a little slower. If you're the team ahead, you're just trying to, it's a running clock. You're just trying to let it wind down. Hilltoppers are going to get a corner kick here on the far side. Low line drive kick. Ooh, a collision as Hinvis went down. Two Hilltoppers colliding with Hinvis. McDonald seems to be okay, but walking a little more gingerly on that far side. The other lady Hilltopper, I think that's Kudo. Under 5 minutes. Substitutions coming in for both sides. Again, we'll just kind of give you a little recap here of what we have planned for next week's coverage as we wrap up the week here with girls soccer. Monday, no game scheduled for Monday. On Tuesday, we'll be back here for an evening game. Boys soccer, Durfee versus Brockton at 6 p.m. And we'll have some highlights from the Durfee Somerset football game that's happening this evening. We'll show you a few highlights from that one on next Tuesday's broadcast. On Wednesday, we'll be inside. We get a look at the girls volleyball team for the second time. We saw them last week at Somerset, and this will be our first time in the field house actually since last school year. The Boxers in town for volleyball as well on Wednesday. On Thursday, we're hoping, again, the plan is to be at Diamond Regional for Bengals boys soccer. They'll square off against the Blue Hills Warriors in Mayflower League conference play. That's a 3:30 start. At least that's what it's scheduled as right now. We will confirm that at the start of next week, but right now it is scheduled for 3:30. And then again on Friday, football week 4 will be from right here at Durfee, a 7 o'clock kickoff against Barnstable. That's going to be a tough matchup for the Hilltoppers. Barnstable is such a powerhouse. They always play us very tough. I expect that to be a tough one for Durfee here at home. We get the throw in on the far side. Passed up ahead to Alua Rio. She's got to chase it down in the corner, though. Led her a little too far. Has to regroup, sent it back towards the box. McDonald got a foot on it. Hargraves trying to cut it off, cannot. Now sent towards the net, and tracking it the whole way off the foot of Saunders was Hinves, who makes the grab. as we roll up on the 2-minute mark. Nice play there by Carrero. Saunders with the pass up ahead to Hargraves. Weaving through traffic. Biding her time. Off the toe, kind of a bouncer to Hinviz. Good punt. That one's going to land past the 50. Pass up ahead. McDonald trying to get free, cannot. Saunders and Aguiar. Aguiar gets the pass down into the box, but Carrero will come and grab it. She'll punt it away. Kind of a soft kick that time. Didn't really get a good set. Hilltoppers take it away. Passing it to Alua Rio, and it's going to go out of play. Nice job by Alua Rio, just taking charge, cutting in there. Timer running out here on our scoreboard, and according to us, back at 0. So we're in stoppage time now. Hilltoppers have to just try to play keep away for a few more seconds as they're up by 2 goals, and we're in the final, I'd say 60 seconds, if that. Passed up ahead, foot race, and it'll go out of play. Clearing it out there was Fernandez. Hargraves redirects. Centering pass across the box. That was to Raposa. Now kicked back. Coming to Saunders. Good ball movement back to Alua Rio. Down the field, out of play. Throw in for Durfee. Foul as Fernandez came in from behind there and kind of body checked McDonald. So Hilltoppers will have a free kick. That's a good fake right there, but doesn't matter. It's the end of the game. Hilltoppers faked it, and Aguiar was coming in on it, but it does not matter. This one has gone final. The Hilltoppers winners today, 4-2 the score. And Durfee grabs their 4th win of the season. They are now 4-2-1 for Somerset. They're 2-3-1 as they pick up their 3rd loss. A well-played game for Durfee, really creating some good opportunities. Again, you know, something they got to continue to do, and I'm impressed by that. They did a good job with it today. Some great passes, really created some chances, and you know, I look at those and I think, wow, if they weren't passing as well as they did, this game could have been a different result. So, you got to be able to not be afraid to, dump the ball off to your teammates and let them pick you up. You can't do it all alone. And that's what the Hilltoppers did, a 4-2 victory. As we mentioned earlier, you can always catch our live stream coverage on our Facebook page, Fred TV Sports. Like and follow us. And if you don't have Facebook, or if you want to catch us in both spots, head on over to YouTube, our channel under the same name, and click that subscribe button. That's going to do it from Mac Aldridge Field and Durfee High School for this week. I'm Evan Massoud for our great crew behind the scenes this afternoon. Brandon Doobie and Sam Montero. Wish you all a great weekend. We'll see you next week.